So I'm talking to one of our clients the other day, and at Daily Real Estate, we really specialize in a lot of new construction, and we help folks manage the process of building new at the Delaware beaches. We have more experience than any other real estate firm when it comes to new construction, and we can walk you through the process and hopefully take some of the stress out of it, and hopefully you land in a better place where you found the right builder at the right location at the right price. And so we had a complaint from a client that felt like this builder was just nickel and diming them absolutely to death, and I thought that was very instructive for a minute. They wanted to look at a different light fixture, and they wanted to look at maybe a different faucet. And all of those things had a cost associated with them. And when it comes to new construction, the cost never seems to be going down. It's always going up. And for some people, that is just a very psychologically difficult thing to handle. That when the price is going up and up and up, people just, I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it anymore. Two things to think about that are interesting. First of all is, what if you're talking to a builder that isn't going to nickel and dime you? And what I'll tell you, this goes back to the conversations that we've had a lot of times about getting a builder who's the right fit. If you are talking to a builder and they're not nickel and diming you with all these little choices and all these little upgrades, they're probably not giving you a lot of choice on the upgrades. And that's important to note, because a lot of people really want to have a lot of choices, but they also really want to go to a builder that has a low cost. Generally speaking, those two things do not coexist very well. So if you're talking to one of the national builders and you're pricing out a house and you say, hey, I want to change this light fixture in my powder room, A, your house probably doesn't have a powder room with the national builders, and B, they're not going to change it. They're going to give you packages that cover the whole house. And I don't want you to hear that that's necessarily a negative thing, but that might not be a good fit for you. If it's a good fit for you because light, medium, dark, you don't really care, you want this location, you want this price, you want it done quickly, then that's a great fit. And you can change out your own light fixture at the end or after you move in, and that's okay. Now, for somebody else that really wants to get into a little bit of the details and customize their house a little better, if they're not given the option, then that could be even worse than feeling like they've been nickeled and dimed to death. So when a builder who is giving you the option to make all of these individual specific changes is actually doing that for you, they're being a little more accommodating towards what you are looking for in the house. But it's important to remember that any of that is going to have a cost associated with. And you wouldn't expect the builder just to eat the light fixture cost. And that's really not how a business works. That's like when I go and I get my burger and I want to get bacon on it. I have to pay for the bacon. And I have a choice to make as I'm sitting down with my burger. Is the bacon worth it? Should I do the bacon? Do I have to live with the story of my wife telling me about why she doesn't like bacon, which is the same story she's been telling me for 25 years. And every time I talk about bacon, she tells me this story like I've never even heard it before. Is it worth it? And with bacon, the answer is yes. But I digress. The bottom line is going back is finding the right fit is going to tell you about that. And second of all, just understanding that when people get to the end of this process, this will amaze you, I think. Most people, when they move into their house, they regret what they didn't do with the builder, not what they did do. And they say, I should have gotten that screen porch. Or, I should have put in a basement. A lot of times they regret very, very big ticket items, right? Basements, some of the most expensive thing on a builder's upgrade list, but very, very impossible to do to your house later. So it's an expensive option that's even more expensive if you decide 2 years after you move in that you really want a basement. Someone will do that for you, but buckle up. It's going to be quite a different financial ride than what you found through the builder. So most people, believe it or not, they are looking at their house and they're going, I should have actually spent more money. But in the process, they're saying, I can't do this anymore. The price can't go up. It's got to stop. And it's an emotional reaction to an intellectual decision. And one of the things that we're here for you, if you're one of our clients, is to help you manage that process and talk through, why do you want a basement? Why do you need a basement? What are the pros and cons of the basement? If you're on a budget, does it make sense to allocate money towards one specific set of options that are needs and wait on